This is, in a sense, the real science fiction that we're looking at here. These aren't Hollywood sets, these are actual places, spaces to which most people do not have access.
What is progress? What do these things that were human ideas and imagination turn into sculpture? What does it feel like when you just look at it as human expression? 10 years ago, there was one of these meetings about CO2 reduction in Copenhagen that ended with no agreement, no joint published paper, or no intention to do anything. And it made me so angry, and I was so frustrated that was kind of a starting point where I thought I would like to examine how people in the technology world move, how they join forces. People in technology, they seem to be easily joining together to cooperate, and in politics is much more difficult in a way.
Thomas Struth is certainly one of the most celebrated photographers of his generation. He's been working since the late 1970s and is particularly well known for his innovations in larger scale color printing. So some of the things that you'll see here in the exhibition are among the largest photographic prints you're likely to see in a museum. There are some very intriguing juxtapositions of images within the show, particularly the work that he did in Disneyland in Southern California, where we're looking at environments that are completely fabricated.
This exhibition has, for me, many new combinations. The pictures are never put together like this, and changes the narrative in a certain way.
This is a unique presentation of the show in that the artist requested that there be no interpretive materials within the exhibition itself. He very much wants the viewer to not necessarily think of the works as documents of particular spaces or structures, but as a kind of meditative experience. This exhibition will be accompanied by some very interesting programming. There's a 3-part class that has to do with putting the artist in a broader context, going back to the 19th century when photographers were photographing, the great monuments of society, the great steamships and rocket ships, and now Thomas is looking at sort of the furthest reaches of technological innovation today. So I think it's important to see this work in a sort of a continuum of photographers. We're also doing a film series that'll come near the end of the show, which I think will be quite intriguing. We'll be showing Metropolis, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and then Blade Runner from 1982. Since a lot of this work is an interesting complement to Hollywood's version of scientific endeavor, to science fiction film today, this work touches upon a lot of our hopes and desires about technology, but also our fears and anxieties about technology.